So lots of kids have trouble memorizing the times table. It's good to look at the alternatives. So I'm just going to give you two alternatives for the 3 times table. So the 3 times table, some kids like multiples of numbers. So if you look at all your hands here, they all divide into 3 segments. So basically, if you look here, 1, 2, 3, and all of them, even here, 1, 2, 3, and all the fingers have 3 segments to them. So when you're doing the multiplication by 3, so if you're multiplying, let's say 4 by 3, so 4 times 3 just means 4 fingers as multiples of 3s. So here you have 4 fingers. So this one, and this one, and this one. So you count them by multiples of 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12. So 4 times 3 is 12. And so on. So if you want to try something else, let's say 8 times 3, then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers, 6 fingers, 7 fingers, 8 fingers. So it's all the way to here. So then you just count by multiples of 3s. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15, plus 3 is 18, plus 3 is 21, plus 3 is 24. So 8 times 3 is 24. And just to remind you, multiplication means repeated addition. That's what it means. Okay. So this is one way for some kids maybe to learn it. Just use your hands and start counting, multiples of 3s. The other method is basically use a grid, a box with 9 small boxes inside it. And what you do, you start counting from here, from the bottom, you go to the bottom left, you go 1 to the top, 2, 3. And then you come down here and you write 4, 5, 6, and you keep on counting. You come to the bottom, 7, 8, 9. So what you want to do after this, just leave the top alone, come to the second row, and then what you do, just throw in a 1 here, a 1 there, and a 1 there, and then come to the third row and put a 2 here, 2 there, and 2 there. Now, believe it or not, this is 3 times 1, this is 3 times 2, this is 3 times 3, and then 3 times 4, 3 times 5, 3 times 6, and that's 3 times 7, and 3 times 8, and 3 times 9. And of course, 3 times 10, whenever you multiply by a 10, just steal the 0 from the 10, put it besides the number. Whatever number it is, 3 times 10, you steal the 0 from the 10 and put it besides the 3, that gives you 30. 7 times 10 will just steal the 0 from the 10, put it besides the 7, it gives you 70. So this is basically how you do the 3s. And now I'm going to show you how to do the 4s. So for the 4 times table, 2 tricks I'm going to show you. So what's the trick for the first one? You see these blocks or bricks here. Some people like using these. So what you do, you start in here and you write the even numbers. So you start with 0, and then you put the 2 right here, and then you go up and you put the 4, and you come down and you write the 6, and here you write the 8. You do the same thing here. You just repeat what you did there. So 0, 4, 8, 2, 6. And now basically you leave that first row alone, but the second row here, what you do, you stick a 1 in here and stick a 1 in there. This third row, you stick a 2 right here and right there, and right there. And then here in the last one, you stick a 3 right there and right there. So basically this is 4 times 0 right here. That's 4 times 1. That's 4 times 2. And that's times 3, times 4, times 5, times 6, times 7, times 8, times 9. And of course, 4 times 10 is just 40. As I said earlier, you borrow the 0 from the 10, you put it besides the 4, and that's 40. So that's one way to remember the 4 times table. The second one is, for everyone, it's easy to remember the 5 times table. So the 5 times table, just multiples of 5. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 10, 5 times 2 is 10, times 3, 15, and so on. So since you multiply in 5 by 1 to get 5, so what you do to find out what 4 times 1 is, just minus 1 here, and you're going to get 4. And since you multiply in 5 by 2 to get 10, so minus the 2 to get 8. And since you multiply in by 3 for the 5 by 3 to get 15. So minus that 3, and you get 12. And since here you multiply in 5 by 4 to get 20, then you minus 4 and you get 16. And here, since you multiply in 5 by 5 to get 25, then you minus 5 and you get 20. And since here you multiply in 5 by 6 to get 30, then you minus 6 and you get 24. And here, since you multiply in 5 by 7 to get 35, then you minus 7 and you get 28. And here, since you multiply in 8 or 5 by 8 to get 40, then you minus 8 and you get 32. And here, since you multiply in 5 by 9 to get 45, then you minus the 9. Sorry, that's a minus right here. And you get 36. And here, since you multiply in the 5 by 10 to get 50, then that you go minus 10 here and you get 40. And believe it or not, this is the 4 times table right here. Because as you see, 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16, 4 times 5 is 20, 4 times 6 is 24, 4 times 7 is 28, and so on. As always, thanks again for watching. I hope this helps your kids. Memorize the times table. For some kids, it's a bit tough, but use all tools that you have to get them to memorize the times table, because that's important. They have to know their times table.